So this is a quick video on weeding your vinyl graphics. If you're new at this, it can be a challenge at first, but once you understand a few of the concepts, it is actually very easy and quick to do. So we'll go over those things in this video. So you'll want to pick up one of your background pieces, the translucent gray background, and flip it up and set it aside. We're going to use that in a second. Then, using a clear piece of transfer tape, you will pick up your black piece and you're going to leave it stuck to the transfer tape, flip it over, and then we will take the translucent piece, the gray piece, and stick it onto the back of the black. Now, when you do this, you want to make sure that when you pick up the translucent piece with your knife, just barely get it stuck on there. You don't need to stick it on there too much, just so that you have it and you're able to move it around. Okay, so once you have the translucent piece on there, you will flip the whole thing over back on the wax paper and now push just to get the air bubbles out from between the two. Now, apart from only getting the air bubbles out from between the two pieces of vinyl, one thing that's very important is that you put plenty of pressure, especially I use the back of my knife like you see me doing here, but especially wherever the graphics are cut out of that vinyl, you want to press down really as hard as you can, pretty much. You're not going to damage the vinyl at all because the translucent, or I should say the transfer tape, will protect the surface. So just push really hard. What that's going to do is give a better bond in those areas where you're going to weed, and you'll see later why we do that. Now you'll notice when I weed this, by the way, my knife is not super sharp. If you have a brand new blade on there, go ahead and dull the tip slightly, just so that it's not too sharp. It has a tendency to kind of want to poke through the background too, so that's just a tip for you. And you'll also notice that I am pulling side to side. I'm not peeling it up and pulling up towards the sky with the knife. I'm going side to side, and that leaves what's supposed to stay down, and it's pulling the rest of it up. For super small graphics, I will use a magnifying glass. While I do this, I'll just kind of hold it in one hand, the hand that helps me hold the piece down, or you can clamp it to something too. But it's with a small graphic, you may need to have a magnifier just so you can make sure you don't peel up something that shouldn't come up. Now you can see, as I'm doing this small one, that had I not pressed down really hard to make sure all that vinyl got stuck really good together with the translucent piece, those little fan blades, the center of those fan blades, probably would peel up. So you can see the importance of really pressing down at the stage when you have the transfer tape on the top of both of them. Really press down on it. Then of course you'd put your transfer tape back on and you have it in the position to stick it on your button. I'm going to do one more right now just so you can see a little bit more. On this particular graphic, I'm going to just weed out the A in max on this graphic, just so you can see. You'll notice that as I had the background piece stuck to my knife, it was just barely stuck to my knife. That way, once I placed it down, it was easy to kind of pull the knife off there. If you make the mistake of not doing that, it can really be a problem when you put it down. Again, pressing really, really hard in the areas where my graphics are going to be weeded out. Notice again that I'm not going to pull straight up. I'm going to pull side to side. You can see that little sharp section of the A in the center of the A. If I go to pull up, it's definitely going to pull it off of that background. So that's it. It's as simple as that. If it is like 100 degrees outside and you're in a car, probably inside the car it's going to be 110. It's going to be harder to weed in those circumstances, so I recommend going and sitting at a salesman's desk in the dealer or wherever you happen to be. Just get somewhere a little bit cooler just to weed the graphics out, and then once you have them weeded, you can go out and put them on.